Why? Why? Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up, everybody? Some of you may know, some of you may not know. Recently, very recently, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO, owner, CEO, everything of Facebook, voluntarily went to Capitol Hill and participated in 2 days of what some would call grilling by the U.S. Senate. About 47 senators, I believe, something like 40, I don't know, some amount of senators, a bunch of them, a somewhat unprecedented number of senators, and also on day 2, it lasted 5 hours. I've watched every single second of those 5 hours, and also on day 2, a congressional hearing. So a Senate hearing and then a congressional hearing. So we went before the House, and 50 some odd congressmen did the same thing. So they're talking about privacy, right? And there was one particular senator that got some extra media attention by really getting Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, he got him on that one. Here's the thing, man. The congressional hearing was a little bit better. You can tell that they at least had their staff trying to understand these things and give them some information about where they could sound somewhat informed, and ask somewhat informed questions. At least the Senate were absolute idiots. Plain and simple, absolute idiocy. It was just ridiculous. And here's the thing: if you know anything about what went on during the Senate hearing, and you may think, well, I didn't know any of that stuff either. That's fine. Many people don't know these things, but here's the difference. You are not on a national stage sitting in judgment on somebody with your lack of knowledge. That's fine to not know things, and it's fine to ask questions in order to know things. But if you're going to do a Senate hearing with somebody about this stuff, at least figure something out that has any ounce of actual truth to it before you sit in judgment. And that goes for the media that covers these things, because they're the one propagating, oh, they really stuck it to it. No, they didn't. And here's the thing. Senator Durbin, he got up there and he said something like, yeah, Mr. Zuckerberg, what hotel, would you like to tell us what hotel you stayed at last night or while you're here? And Mark's going, no. Oh, okay, so would you like to also tell us who you've been texting, who you've been messaging, and what those conversations are about? Would you like to tell us any of that? And he's saying no, and there were members of the Senate thinking, oh, we got him now. And then there's members of the media saying, oh, we got him now. And it's all around Facebook privacy, right? Because there's this misconception Facebook just knows everything about you. Here's a clue. Here is a clue. Facebook knows what you tell them. I know that might be strange, but to think of it just in those terms, but that is the absolute truth. Facebook knows what you tell them and what you do on a public platform. You know, if you think if you think that you have privacy on Facebook, then go ahead and enter your social security number and your bank account information. Before any of this question of privacy might have come out, if they would have asked you 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, however many it was, when you first signed up for Facebook, if they wanted you to enter your social security number and your bank account information on your Facebook profile, would you have done it? I know the answer. I know the answer every single time. The answer would have always been, no way. No way. Why? Because in the back of your mind, it doesn't matter what's in the front of your head of, oh, my privacy needs to be protected on Facebook. That is a public platform, plain and simple. It is social media. Social. We're not talking about your banking institution. You know what? Your information at your bank, any activities that you conduct at your bank, are and should be private. You have that reasonable expectation. But if you were to put that information on your Facebook profile, you do not have a reasonable expectation that that is going to remain private. You don't. It just isn't that kind of platform. It is made for sharing things with people. That is its one and only purpose, is to share things with people. So, oh my goodness, people. So anyway, when Senator Durbin asks him, would you like to tell us what, in this public forum here, what hotel you stayed at and who you've been messaging and all this kind of thing, and Mark's going, no, and everybody's going, we got him. Well, here's the thing. I'll bet you he did not post it on Facebook. So you didn't get him. Why would you think that you got him? Here's a test. In order for you to understand what I'm talking about here. My profile, my Facebook profile, because of what I do, I want people to be able to find me. I want people to know how to contact me. I want them to know everything about me. So my Facebook profile is 100% open to the public. Open. You can find out anything you want, whether you have about me on Facebook, what I've told Facebook about me, whether you have a Facebook account or not. So go to my Facebook profile and tell me on March 16th, I'll give you the exact day. On March 16th, I stayed in a hotel somewhere between New Mexico and Tennessee, somewhere between there, on I-40. I stayed in a hotel off of Interstate 40 on March 16th. You tell me what hotel I stayed at. Go and see if you can find out that information. I've not hidden anything. My privacy settings are set to where you can find out anything that I have told Facebook. Here's where they did not get Mark Zuckerberg. They didn't get him. He didn't tell Facebook. He's not going to tell Facebook. And if he did post something like that on Facebook, he would probably set it to some kind of privacy settings on there, to where just not anybody can see that information. And you can do the same thing. I can do the same thing. I have not done that. And if you can tell me what hotel I stayed at on March 16th, and I was posting during this trip to the East Coast, if you can tell me what hotel I stayed on March 16th, I will concede that I am completely wrong about the Senate and the media covering the Senate hearing on Mark Zuckerberg. If you cannot tell me that, I'm right. And I know I'm right because this is how this works. It is what I do for a living. So, Facebook, public platform. Banking institution, private platform. Period. It's really simple to figure out, and you already know these things. So, when there are questions about privacy on Facebook, realize what you're talking about. Privacy on a public platform. Sorry about the rant, but man, oh man, this stuff just drives me nuts. And I will see you on the next one. I'm out.